Another day at the office. Get us going, E.
All right, bro. I actually like it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Not at the Table, the show where we talk about the things your parents told you not to. Today we're doing things just a little bit differently. We went out, we did some research on different ethical questions based off of our politics, based off of our religious views, and just based off of our ethics, you know? Just wanting to answer these questions because we sat down for dinner the other day and we had these conversations and we realized we could make an episode out of this. So excited to get things going.
Yeah, I'm big pumped, man. I'm happy.
He's big pumped.
We could sit down, guys. We had a great dinner
touchy.
the other day.
He's
Sorry,
very touchy.
put my arm around Nixon.
Yeah, a little too touchy.
Male to male deep talks, I feel like never happen. I'm looking forward to this conversation me and Ian are having about
100%.
some philosophies and taking a deep dive into what the heck goes on in Ian Nixon's brain and neural pathways.
We're going to hear about yours as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, yeah. So we have the same 15 questions all listed out on our trusty laptops. And a little dance there. All right, so we're just gonna go back and forth. We're gonna come up with our own answers on the fly. It's gonna be unfiltered. It's gonna be a conversation, and we hope that it inspires you to have these conversations with your friends and family as well. So to start us off, should governments regulate misinformation on social media? Or is that a threat to free speech?
Thank you, Ian. That is a fabulous first question, man. Getting into this topic quick. When we're talking about misinformation on social media, are we also talking about, I don't know if you've seen this, but when I'm scrolling through TikTok or Instagram Reels, sometimes I'll have advertisements where they can AI generate voices.
Yes.
So let's say, bro, it's actually ridiculous. They will take Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's voice.
I've seen a lot with Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's a huge one. It's like, hey, I suffered from X, Y, and Z, and this is why you should buy this. And it sounds exactly like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's promoting it.
It's scary.
And what they will do also is they'll take like an interview, clip it, and you can make his mouth look as if he's saying those words.
Where he'll like pretend to be like talking about it like on a show and that sort of thing. Woof. There's no reason that shouldn't be regulated.
But that I would classify that as total misinformation and like basically almost identity fraud that you're able to take. I've seen Adam Sandler when they posted the new Happy Gilmore, he was on interviews and they were taking what he was saying with his voice and trying to sell golf balls on TikTok Shop about them. And this video had 150,000 likes because people, it's if you don't pay attention, you have to look to the details. It sounds so realistic, so realistic, and that misinformation. What scares me is my grandma and grandpa. To be honest, I'm not for anyone that's I feel 18 and older. And it kind of cuts off at like 50.
Yeah.
Once you fat 50, you're just screwed.
Oh, I'd say like
60 because their generation is starting to understand what scams are and what they sound like. But especially for younger kids too, though, seeing that misinformation. But there's also so much creepy stuff out there on social media, especially when it comes to not regulated sites like Twitter, Reddit.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's a bunch of kids on those, so I wouldn't classify that as misinformation. I just say that is
just those discussion forums where it's like pretty much free reign.
Yeah,
you know, you can do whatever you want on there. You can say whatever you want. And
is that a threat to free speech though? If the government regulates that,
I mean, free speech in and of itself is limited.
Correct.
You know?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's like you can't say, there's rules for it that
limitations
in AP government 3 years ago that I can't remember for the life of me.
You can't like walk into the store and say you have a bomb. Like you can't threaten or
you can't like incite violence.
Yeah, incite violence.
Was it libel and slander and defamation and all that?
The defamation of character.
Yeah, all that. So free speech is limited to an extent, and I think that needs to be added on now because of the way that AI
impersonation is what we should come down to. It's
turning into.
It is. I don't think it's a threat to free speech supposedly, but it's more of a threat to impersonation and I guess almost like manipulating people
I kind of think it is a threat to free speech.
Okay, so you were on the right, now you're on the left.
I think that you should be able to make.
Well, say what you want. Say what you want, but you cannot use someone else's name, image, or likeness.
I think you can even. All right, we're not getting into college football here.
I was about to say NIL when I said that
we
too.
can make no. You can make whatever you want, but I think that publishing it is something else because AI is a beautiful tool and it's allowing people to do things and create things that they never would have been able to, regardless. But I think that then putting it on a platform for the whole world to see is something different. And I think that, and then on top of that, like passing it off as not your own or passing it off as your own, you know, it's either impersonation or misinformation. Like you said, it would be impersonating, and so
okay, so misinformation
or plagiarism. You know, taking something, passing it off as your own.
But look, if you say this, I'll be honest. People lie all the time on social media, whether that's the gurus of the world or people that are trying to. Gurus, you'll see the sales guys where they'll be like, "Hey, I made 1.2 million. That's a cap. You know, you got a lease, you got a lease Lamborghini, and they're just trying to sell their course. Like, are we talking like? How does the government know that's fake? Are they going to limit that misinformation? You can't. You can't. The government will never be able to do this, but it is a threat to free speech. Mm-hmm. But plagiarism and misinformation of interpreting that you're someone that you're not, as in using someone else's name, image, and likeness. Sorry, Mr. NIL.
Don't apologize
about anything else. But let's hear your guys' view on that. And again, into question number 2 here.
Yeah.
Before we get too sidetracked, is universal? Oh, this is a good one, man. Is universal income a viable solution to automation and job replacement?
What do you think?
No.
I think.
What do you think? What do you think on this subject?
I think with jobs that are taken over by AI, there's more jobs that are created.
Why?
Because then you have jobs as far as like maintaining and running the servers, and
why can't AI replace that though?
I mean, it'll just keep going down the line, won't it?
So then, let's say when we're 70, 80 years old, you see that truck drivers are going to probably lose their job here in the next 10 years. And where
did you see that?
Did you not look at the new development of the new Cybertruck? There's new semi trucks that are coming out where they can drive themselves.
Okay.
I know for my trucking company,
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
There's 100+ drivers that we have at a location, and then you have to think about Amazon and all the other logistic companies of the world. They're out of jobs. Now, do I think in 100 and 200 years, when the world is in a different place, I think universal income might be a viable solution, but then I feel like life is almost seemingly pointless.
I was going to say, well, who's making the money?
But first off, you have to break this down to who's going to make the money, and then where's going to be the wealth split. Like, you got your dudes of Elon Musk of the world, and you got your guys who are living in
400 billion.
Yeah, and living in third world countries. How does Elon Musk go all the way back down to living
at this point? Those third world countries are in a third world nation for a reason.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about the United States. The United States having a viable solution to automation and job displacement, where they're paying everybody.
Yeah. Well, third world countries. That's essential.
This is not unemployment. Okay, you're thinking of unemployment.
No, I'm not.
You're not. Okay,
I'm not. Basic income. It's flat.
Okay, so everyone's going to get 70,000 a year.
It's essentially a form of communism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it is. But that's without job. That's without jobs.
Yes.
I don't think there's going to be more jobs. Whatever you think.
That's what I think.
I think something's going to be created. We're always going to need someone to plumb. We're always going to need someone to do some type of work.
To do plumbing.
Yeah.
Plumbers.
So, no, that's dumb.
You'll always need someone to do plumbing. You'll always need someone to do electrical work. In my personal opinion, there is someone you will always need to do like marketing and advertising.
Yeah, those jobs will never go.
I don't think that will.
The humanism behind you can tell when an advertising
the humanity behind.
Yes, you can tell when an advertising is AI or it's actual true. Yeah, you got an advertising that's Anthony Davis.
Rejected. No,
real human.
Because we saw that too with Coca-Cola. They tried to do that Christmas ad.
Yeah, and they got
with
tons of backlash.
Oh, they got so much backlash, and I think that proved that at least for the near future, AI making commercials, it doesn't work.
And it can never break a human connection. AI can never.
There's a certain humanity, even those crappy ads that you can't wait to get off the air. I know, especially during the NBA Finals, that freaking Wingstop ad, I was sick and tired of it. But, it's sticking with me. The finals ended 2 months ago, and I'm still talking about it.
What's the saying go? Any publicity is good publicity?
My man.
Ah, jeez. All right, 3. How should nations balance national security with rights of refugees and asylum seekers?
Oh, man. I think I'm pretty far right on this take. I think that if you're here illegally, you gotta go. I don't think that there's
the thing about.
I think that if there's like a national emergency, like say that like Palestinian people are trying to come to the U.S., I don't know how they're affording that ticket, but say that they are because their whole entire city got bombed. That's one thing, you know, and you have literally nowhere else to go. That's one thing. But if you're just coming here, you know, and you're not putting in the effort to, because that's the whole reason Mexicans are coming is because of how messed up their government is.
Yeah.
Why are they not trying to fix their own government?
Usually most countries don't have the funds.
And maybe that's a senseless take. Maybe that's something that I don't know. And maybe that's something I don't understand. But they're gonna come. The Mexicans are gonna come here. They're right. They're gonna ride in L.A. They're gonna trash the United States and say how sucky the U.S. government is and say how much they hate Trump. Yeah. But they won't go and put in the effort to fix their own country. Mm-hmm. And then they get mad when they get kicked out of the U.S. after trashing it. Now that's not everybody. I know that there's a lot of,
when you get it straight that there's a lot. Not of everyone is here to do that, but those people also don't have identities. Right? How can the U.S. you commit a rape, you kill 3 people, and then you're on camera, but there's no social security, you have no identity. They don't know who you are when you do this.
And something that I've heard from people that support illegal immigration or undocumented immigrants, whatever you want to call them, something I heard is, oh well, if they've committed a crime, then they can go, but if they haven't, then they can leave. Why are we waiting for that?
Why are we waiting
for them to commit a crime to kick them out? Why are you? Because then it becomes a subject of okay,
we're just gonna put a ticking time bomb here. Yeah, we don't know when it's gonna go off or if it goes off, if it's gonna diffuse or not diffuse. But let's just keep it here for the time being.
Because what's gonna happen is people are gonna say, okay, well, if you had just taken him away like you were supposed to do, my 11-year-old daughter wouldn't have been raped.
Exactly. Or when you look at it in a tax perspective too, it's like, you know, I'm spending, let's say you make $80,000 a year, bro. I'm putting $30,000 to taxes. This guy could make, I don't know, $80,000 a year too, and then he's keeping all of his money. So there's got to be some type of,
he's getting asylum from the government.
And he's getting roadways. He's getting all the public access to
that was crazy to me in New York how the taxpayer money was going into sheltering for illegal immigrants, man. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Question 4. Are economic sanctions an ethical way to influence another country's behavior?
Economic sanctions? Are economic sanctions an ethical way to influence another country's behavior?
Yeah. So that's kind of looking at like tariffs and taxes on different things. Yeah. Well, tariffs. That's the big T word that we talked about last
near and
episode.
Dear topic to us right now.
We talked about it last episode. Yeah. Just as far as tariffs go and regulating the economy based off of imports and exports and domestic product, frankly, I think that if every country has them, why can't the U.S.? You know, if you're gonna tax our goods that we're shipping out to you, we're going to tax the goods that you're shipping out to us. And
now, yes, I agree. If it's the same way, if you're going to, but what it bundles down to and comes down to when it breaks down is the small business owners that are selling scooters on the side of the street, not the side of the street, but have a small business, and then now instead of their scooters being $60, you're paying $80, and you have slim profit margins. That's the only thing that hurts me the most when it comes to.
Right, and that's something that I'm not a fan of that I talked about.
Because a lot of small businesses go out, especially with restaurants. Like, and the other day when we were getting freaking chips and salsa, we had to pay $2.99 for an extra thing of chips and salsa. Like, that's absurd.
Yeah, and I mean, it's another thing too. What I don't like, and I talked about this earlier, I don't like the idea of Trump just being so sudden with his tariffs. Like, he'll just announce them and then do everything in his power to get them signed into effect, like, as soon as possible after. And that's something I don't like because it's not giving businesses time to prepare for that.
Adjust.
It
doesn't give other countries time to adjust.
It doesn't give other countries time to adjust.
I mean, they do fluctuate up and down a lot.
And it's just...
It's
tough. It's tough for them, and I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we talked.
It's like a black hole.
We talked about it last episode.
It's not too...
But yeah, no, that's really just where I'm at as far as all that goes. Question 5, our last question on politics. What role should government play in addressing climate change? Karson?
You ever see the videos of the airplanes taking off and there's like 50% more turbulence now in the air?
No.
Due to global warming. But burning when it comes to burning fossil fuels, and have you ever seen those like nuclear waste plants?
Yeah.
That are burning
Power plants.
Yeah, that are burning obscene amounts of terrible.
You know it's using a lot of energy.
Tons of energy. And did you see that China? No. China just went ahead and built like there's tons of them in China.
No. I asked, do you know what's using a lot of energy? It's right here on our screens. We'll use it every day.
ChatGPT.
Artificial intelligence. It uses so much energy. So much.
What did it say? Like each ChatGPT search, it needs a water bottle to cool it down. Well, they're all located in Austin, Texas. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, I just think
it's the same thing with Bitcoin mining. I think Bitcoin mining.
I think there's got to be regulations on AI. On top of what we talked about in question 1 about regulating misinformation, I think there needs to be regulation as far as using it because
Why?
Because it's taking so much energy. You know, just those like quick little questions that you use, those little discussions that you have with it. Those people that get engaged to AI, yeah, that's a real thing. You can look it up. It's insane. It takes up so much energy, and people don't realize it. And I think that needs to be scaled back until there's a more energy efficient solution.
What would you suggest?
Googling it takes less energy than AIing it.
Since when?
ChatGPTing it. You can look it up right now.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, but I mean that's how it's always been though, because it's not powering an artificial intelligence engine to find your answer. It's just searching the web. It's just giving you a link to an answer instead of the answer.
Okay, so it says per inquiry. So per question.
Yeah.
ChatGPT estimates it is roughly the same as running a light bulb or a laptop for a couple of minutes. Per question, that is.
Yeah.
So, okay, wow.
10 times more than a Google search.
Annual total. So ChatGPT says it handles 78 billion prompts a year, which is leading to a obscene amount of number. Which is enough to fully charge about 3.2 million electrical vehicles. It says that AI each day is roughly using enough power to charge 8 million iPhones.
Per day.
Per day.
Per day. It's 8 million times 365.
That's a huge number, Ian, if I had to be honest with you. Like a really big number.
Uh-huh.
Now, what does this power affect?
I'm telling you, man. Using all that.
Okay, so we talk about water consumption. Has the Earth ever ran out of water in the?
No, the level of water has never changed.
Never changed an inch. You know what's actually kind of fascinating? You know Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
Guess what? It's running right now.
Yes, it is.
Guess what? Tomorrow at the same time, it's probably gonna be running. Hey, yesterday it was running too.
Yeah, last I checked. And you know the Pacific Ocean. It's huge. We're never going to run out of water with the Pacific Ocean. At least in my humble opinion.
It's just huge infrastructure, really building huge things. I saw
it's really
you see the article in Houston, Texas, where they're building a bunch of AI and data mining stuff, and it's people like really there's radiation that comes off of them that's actually affecting the people,
and it's really the carbon emission too. The carbon emission from it is wild.
Absurd. Well, and that is deep and intense. Ian, can war ever be justified within a Christian's ethical?
Hey, real quick, we are moving on to question 6. These are ethics within Christianity questions. And like Karson said, can war ever be justified within a
Yes,
Christian
it can, Ian. I do believe it can.
You're a fan of the Crusades?
Not like mass homicides. No, I really don't like killing.
That is not what the Crusades were. Yeah, going ahead and ChatGPT what the Crusades were. Come on, man.
I figured it was the ancient Romans. They were always up to some nonchalant wars.
I would say using... Well, the thing is, Christianity has been used to justify good things and bad things because they were used to justify the massive conquerings of the Aztec, Incan, and Mayan nations. They were used to justify slavery. I think that if you said something like, God is calling us to defend our land, yeah. But to take it over, that's not... God doesn't call you to do it violently and with mass slaughterings and to take people and put them in slavery based off the color of their skin. That cannot be justified. But to say if those people in World War II said, Japan attacked us, we need to defend our land, and they went out and served in World War II, that's fine. You know, if you're going to say God's calling me to do that, that's That's good. That's good in my book. But I am not the good.
I think it's respectable.
I am not the good book. I am not. I am not the Bible. My take might be inaccurate compared to what the Bible calls. But
it could very well be inaccurate. But we did talk about on podcast 1 how we are so very true
first
of
episode.
anti-war.
Yes. 100%. But sometimes some things are out of our hands.
Money, power, and religion play a huge role into war, but I think it can be justified. I know God and Jesus preach.
They preach peace.
No violence. But when it comes to protecting,
Jesus preached turn the other cheek.
Yeah, it is.
But that's just
like exactly. It's like defending your home versus turning the other cheek. Like if you're faced with that, I hate to break it to you, it'd much rather be you than me. You know what I mean? If someone if you're
that's to know Karson.
I'm saying if
Karson
you're
would not jump out a bullet for me.
I'm saying no, like
I'm playing.
That's what the police officer told us one time. He's like, I'd much rather be him than me, because you know what I mean. There's a reason. If I'm doing no wrong, if you're doing it legitimately, like if there's no reason, if you're doing no wrong, what is stopping me?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing no wrong. I'm just minding my business, but you're gonna come in here and intrude. It needs to be you rather than me because I did nothing wrong. I don't.
Yeah.
That's how I do.
Well, I mean, maybe in the eyes of the world, but remember, we're all sinners. Yeah. We all have done something wrong.
Everyone has. Yeah. Well, in the eyes of yes. Jesus
but in the eyes of the law.
But in the eyes of
Yeah.
The homeland.
All right. Question 2. How should Christians approach wealth and poverty in a capitalist society? And that's something I
think we all just need to be like Mr. Beast.
That's a good question.
I think we all just need to be.
That's not really capital. That's not really capitalist what he does though.
Not necessarily.
I mean, he made all his money and he's choosing to do what he wants with it. Whereas capitalism is supposed to be you pick yourself up, you do whatever you want.
Correct.
Correct. You make your money. You pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You know?
Yeah, yeah. But he's at the point where he has so much.
Yeah.
He went through that capitalist lifestyle.
Pulling himself up by the bootstraps.
He pulled himself up by the. How do you think he has millions upon millions of dollars? Billions, probably.
Okay, but how should we as Christians approach that?
Personally,
let's hear it.
You need to live within your means. First off, I'm fine with enjoying the fruits of your labor. I'm fine with enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Jesus does say, take the plank out of your own eye before you take the speck out of your brother's eye. And it was essentially saying, handle your problems before you try to help out someone else. You know, like if you're broke, fix that before you go spending your time at a soup kitchen. Get a job first. And once you've created a stable income, then you go to the soup kitchen. You start helping people out.
Straighten your life out.
Yeah.
But once you're blessed with the opportunity to straighten your life out and have enough wealth to the point where you're able to distribute it, yes, please.
Absolutely.
That's as Christians and followers of Jesus, that's what we're called to do.
Have you ever gone on a servant event?
As in like traveling somewhere.
Yeah. Like
one time I got a ticket for blowing off fireworks.
Not quite.
On the 4th of July.
Not quite that. No.
I served 50 hours of community service.
Well, you broke the law. A servant event is like when you go with your church group and you go to a different state or a different country or maybe not even a different state or country, a different area to help out the less fortunate. So
no, I have not been blessed.
In 2021, I got the blessing to go to Idaho, North Idaho. To help out with a small church and a small little, basically, I don't want to say like a resort, basically a church camp sort of thing, and help run their vacation Bible school, and that was awesome.
Oh, we got Nixon preaching. Fourth grade Ian.
I would recommend it if you are a member of the church to see what you could do about a church camp or volunteering or going to a servant event or maybe starting one if your church doesn't have it. Because it can really open your eyes, and I would love to see more people doing it and talking about it and all that. Question 3: is forgiveness always morally required, even in cases of severe harm or abuse? Absolutely. I think it is. It's very tough to do, but God doesn't tell us our life is going to be easy. Forgiveness. God, I remember Peter came to Jesus, said, how many times should I forgive my brother? 7 times. And what did Jesus say? 70 times 7, which for you mathematicians out there, it is 490. But the point was, so if Karson sins against me 491 times, I'm not going to tell him he's run out. Anyways, you're at like 372, so you're good.
Oh, thanks. I got 100 more to go. I better start get him off the list.
Yeah, you better be careful. No, essentially the idea behind it was you should forgive him every single time to where it's so many times to where you lose track.
To more, yes.
You know?
Correct.
And I think that it's tough, but in those situations, you know, you can show Christ's love by even if someone says something really bad or someone does something bad, if you forgive them, that's showing that Christ is truly in you. So, what are your thoughts?
Takes strength.
It does.
Not easy.
Yes, it does. No, it's not.
There's a lot of wrongdoing, and
No,
it's
it's not.
Now, what's the difference? My question to you, Ian, is grudges versus fully letting go. Now, should us as Christians hold grudges?
well-
I'm not saying grudges as in like, okay, you accepted they did wrong.
Trust.
You forgive them,
Trust.
but you're holding a grudge.
Right.
Now, that's completely normal. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. What I would say is you should be quick to forgive, but you should be slow to regain trust. You know, trust is something that takes a while to be to earn, but it can be gone just like that in a minute, in an instant.
Yep.
You know, and so I think that you should always forgive them, but you should always forgive whoever does you wrong. Always, but they should have to work their way back to being where they were with you. You know, with that whatever that standing was.
They have to give you signs of why they should be reasonably trusted to an extent.
They definitely have to regain their trust. Yeah.
I think it was, you know, you got a bullet hole and you're patching it with Band-Aids. Like, you shot me, and I expect me to fill it up with Band-Aids and be totally okay. Now, over time, will I probably be fine? Yeah. But in that current moment,
Yeah.
and for the next year,
The bullet wound will heal.
it will heal. I'll be
Bullet
fine.
wound will heal.
But there'll always be a scar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see where you're getting at. Question 4. Should Christians support or oppose the death penalty based on biblical teachings? Yeah.
Now, when we take it back a step, though, we look at ancient times. The death penalty has been around for ever.
Just because something's
It's been around. It doesn't make
Doesn't
it
make
right,
it
wrong,
good.
but it doesn't make it what the Lord thinks.
Yeah.
I think everyone. I'm not gonna say everyone deserves a second chance, but they do. They do
I
with
think
God.
everyone does.
With God,
Yeah.
God forgives them. Now, other people probably not. If you've done extremely wrong. There's
I mean, that's
cases
what it
where I
takes.
would never, if someone did something to my mom's sister or somebody, I would probably never forgive them. But the Lord's a lot different than me. He's a lot.
God's a lot more forgiving than
Yes,
us.
a lot more forgiving than we are, and I'm not saying the death penalty is totally just, but do you view that as some type of reward for the family?
What do you mean?
I've seen where families are, you know, when someone gets a death penalty, almost not even happy, but
Yeah.
when they're in jail, because when you get the death penalty, your life's just over. But when you're in jail for the next 60 years, you're suffering for the next
But here's
60
the
years.
thing: is people end up on death row, and they're there for like
Ever.
they're there for forever because they'll keep trying to appeal it. They'll keep trying to extend it, delay it as long as possible. And I think that personally, I think that everyone should have every opportunity possible to repent of their sins and go back to God. But at the same time, I don't know.
But is it? This is the analogy. Is it an eye for an eye? It's seen as a sort of redemption or of a sort of revenge when you're trying to kill somebody for their wrongdoing. It's an eye for an eye. Does Jesus support that?
I don't know. It's something that I'll have to get into. Something I'll have to research. Talk to my brothers in Christ about.
It's a good question.
It's a great question.
I don't know if there's a right answer. I don't know if there's a wrong answer. Really. I think there's got to be one.
I think there's got to be a right answer.
We believe in the absolute truth here. I do at least.
Yeah, he does.
Next
maybe,
question.
maybe that's another question for another time. But for right now, we're focused on question 5.
I do believe in the absolute truth theory, though. We'll talk about that some other day.
How should Christians ethically engage with political power and leadership? I feel like this is a little easier than that last one. I think that you should go to whichever candidate best embodies what the Christian values of today are. I think that as of right now, it would probably be the Republican Party, but you do not have to subscribe to that simply because the Republican Party may have beliefs that you disagree with, and that is okay. I don't agree with the Republican Party on everything, which is why I don't subscribe to it. But I do believe that they do the best at representing what God wants for us. And I think that if I was forced to vote, that would probably be where I would go, simply because I want what God wants for us.
So yeah, the right's
Yeah.
probably a little bit more aligned with biblical testimonies and
Teachings.
teachings. I do agree that doing your own research and figuring out about people,
For sure.
seeing what you believe is right and just, and align that with the Bible, and take your swing, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
at what you feel is right. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not here to force it upon you, but
No, definitely not. But
do your own research and go for it.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. That was it for religion. We're going to move on to ethics in general. We're going to move on to ethics in general. So, question 1, is it ever morally acceptable to break the law? Karson,
Yes, it is, Ian.
give me an example. Give me an example.
Yesterday, I jaywalked. All right.
Uh-oh.
So in our neighborhood, there's a street. I walked across it. I didn't even go to the crosswalk, and I broke the law.
Disgusting. We got that on record now.
now we're jail. That's a life sentence.
Going straight to
yes.
straight to the cops with that one.
No, we can talk about in obscene cases, or we can talk about just on the regular.
Are you going to say stealing to feed your family because you're poor? Is that
I don't
acceptable?
think that's just. I really
agree.
do not.
I agree.
I do not think that's
I
just.
think that there's better alternatives.
There's the church that will help you out tremendously.
100%.
There are tons of. I volunteered at numerous.
Kids Against Hunger.
Yes, I did.
Me as well. Hey,
Hey,
you
we were there. I
give
think
me a
we were
little
actually
pound
there,
for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or just food shops in general.
Yeah, food pantries.
Food pantries.
You know, I don't think you have to resort to stealing from a business that works hard, especially in these times with the economy.
I know a lot, especially when it comes to Walmart and Target. When they release those, we've lost $500+ million.
Yeah, that's
now it's
wild.
like, okay, it's a $1 billion corporation.
But I mean, how many of those people like actually need that stuff versus how many?
You didn't need that necklace.
Just don't want to spend.
You
that
didn't
much.
need that skirt. You didn't need those shoes. You didn't need the X, Y, and Z.
That belt.
Yeah. No, you probably needed it. I don't want your pants on the floor.
Just get smaller pants.
Yeah, that too. Just button them up and tie them up right. So is it morally ever acceptable in extreme cases?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So Ian Nixon, dude comes, grabs your wife. What are you doing? You have a conceal and carry.
I wouldn't try to shoot him first.
No, I'd say that's not the first resort. But
Is he? What do you mean by grabbing my wife?
Three dudes.
Three dudes come up. They just
grab
pick my wife up, throw her into a windowless van.
What is that? Yeah.
I'm spraying and praying.
Oh, is that right though? Is the law?
I think it has to be because
is that self-defense for?
because I'm protecting my family, and
Okay.
I think that in a court of law that would uphold.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't call that breaking the law. If I'm defending my family, I have a right to that.
Correct, but what happens if they don't see eye to eye with it?
That's
Maybe
tough
like,
luck, man.
hey,
That's
you were
my
shooting,
wife.
you were shooting, but you hit a civilian in the back too.
Well, I mean, that's not my fault. I mean, it is my fault. It is
So
my
you're
fault.
telling me-
I'm
Okay,
not,
so yeah,
it is my
that's
fault.
very so aligned with guns kill people. No, human kill
Yeah,
people.
People kill people.
People
yeah.
kill people.
Yeah, not the guns.
yeah,
No,
not
no,
the guns.
no,
That's
no.
what I just heard.
That was a joke. That
Nah,
was a
bro, it wasn't me. It was the gun. You were the one that was manhandling the gun, bro.
No. I mean, I would be responsible for that.
I don't think it's more acceptable. My dad aligned this with me, bro. Lying. Like, I don't feel like it's right and just. There's tons of videos. I actually.
You hate lying.
I even when it comes to the police, like, dude, if you have any cannabis or alcohol or you're drunk, bro, I swear to you, I bet you a police officer would take you so much more as a man and a human than if you're just like, hey.
No, I'm good, officer.
Yeah, if you
I'm
say-
good,
yeah.
officer.
And then that's when the fights break out and dumb stuff
yeah.
goes down. So I think
100%.
honesty, but morally, not really. I really don't believe in breaking the wall. They're pretty in line with just being a good human. Like, that's crazy. Just be a good human and you won't go to jail. Number 2, Ian.
Seems simple enough. Do intentions matter more than consequences in determining right and wrong? I would say yes, they do. And it's simply just because I hate when my mom gets mad at me. And I feel like a lot of the times it's because I mean well, but it just...
I'm just too lazy to do the dishes.
No, it's not that I'm lazy. It's just that I'm an idiot and I don't understand what she's saying. And it's like, well, I'm trying to help you, but I just don't know what you want right now. And a lot of the times that's on me. But I don't know. I feel like if you really mean well and stuff just breaks down, I don't think that it's fair to get upset with that person and say that, oh, well, you still messed up regardless. No. Now, if it's something within a case of law, then I mean, like, you got to face the consequences whether you meant to or not. So if I meant to shoot that civilian when my wife is getting kidnapped, whether I meant to, yeah, I know. Whether I meant to or not, I'm still gonna have to live with that. Because at the end of the day, I did shoot that person, and while it may not be like attempted homicide, you know, I'm still gonna be liable for maybe like the insurance coverages or helping them out like with getting back on their feet and recovering and that sort of thing. And I would feel morally obligated to.
I hope you would, Ian.
You know, I would hope you would.
Well, I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt, even though
right.
I like to think most people have a good intention. At least the people that I try to surround myself with, I'd say the people that are in my inner circle, I would take their good intentions over some of the outcomes.
But what if my wife gets kidnapped and you just so happen to be on the other side of the street, and when I'm shooting at the people that kidnapped my wife, I shoot you? We're just gonna keep using this example.
The most extreme example.
It's the one you came up with.
Look. You feel morally obligated. You told me this that you're gonna pay.
Yeah, I would help you out.
See, what? Give me a smoothie or a slushie? Like that kind of helping me out, or you gonna pay my medical bills and give me like a all-inclusive trip to Punta Cana?
I would do whatever I could in my power.
Okay, that's. Look, I put myself in their shoes. Like, dude, if I was in the same predicament, I'm doing the same thing.
Right.
But you have to understand that as a human and hold no type of hatred towards that person for doing that act.
Yes.
Like, 100%. You have to be like, okay, what would, if I was in this position, okay, my wife just got kidnapped. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do the same damn thing.
You gotta have some empathy, and a lot of people.
You gotta have nobody has empathy. Skill. It's very self-centered.
It's very much a selfish world.
Yeah, very self-centered. But if you put yourself in their shoes, there's
and I mean, if that happened and I was the one that got shot, I wouldn't hold it against that person. I'd tell them it's fine.
As long as you don't kill me, bro, and I still have my arm, my leg, I'm fine.
Well, if you kill me, I'm not gonna be able to tell them much of anything.
I hope that's not the case.
I hope so too. Are humans inherently good or evil? I think that this is pretty straightforward. I think that they're evil. I think that is.
I think humans are awful people.
We are told by God that we are born into sin, we live in sin, and we will die in sin unless we repent. Mm-hmm. It seems.
But that's the biblical. That's the biblical state, which I agree wholeheartedly with what you said.
Okay, thank you.
Now let's talk ethically speaking. In general, do you think humans are inherently good or evil? Ian Nixon's born. Is he going to be good or evil when you're a kid?
Biblically, I'm evil. And I'm just going to stick with that answer because I don't think anything else matters.
Correct. I
There you go. Question answered.
Yes, that is correct. There's tons of sin, and we are filled with sin.
Uh-huh.
Which biblically it is correct.
Yes. That's all that matters. End of question.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, yes. But I do feel like people are a little bit like, let's talk mentally and psychologically.
Okay.
Other than sin, humans are. Think of how innocent you were when you're 4. I'm pretty sure there was.
I don't know. I was a pretty.
Yeah, I know.
I was a
robbing stores, taking tomatoes and throwing them at random strangers. I saw that a lot.
That was all me.
But biblically speaking, you are 100% correct. Yes, we are all evil, and we are terrible humans. And
worthy of death.
We probably should go shower. Because we have.
Who is we? I smell great.
Anyways.
Uh-oh.
What?
That's my biggest fear is smelling bad.
Well. No wonder I'm sitting so far away from you. What responsibilities do individuals have in addressing systematic injustice?
What responsibility do you have in addressing systemic injustice? You as a white man.
Jeez, why did you say it like that?
Well, because
like you said, I told you honesty, bro.
Whenever you hear about systemic injustice, it usually has to do with racism that African Americans have dealt with as a result of slavery and the Jim Crow laws, and et cetera, et cetera. Frankly, I think that, I mean, you help who you help regardless of their skin color, but
it would be a lot different world if we just didn't see skin color, dude. Like, honestly, generally, but what makes me the most mad is it keeps getting brought up in the media.
Yeah,
like we want to talk about not seeing white, black, Asian.
Yeah, they want to end racism, but
you bring it up. You go. Yes. Okay, this is the first black quarterback, or this is the first African American woman to do this. Like, I wholly agree. That's awesome stuff.
That's cool.
But when we keep categorizing humans into their race, that's when people just start viewing everyone as their different sections and categories.
Well, where do you draw the line between celebrating one's own culture and not announcing it? You know, like, because if ESPN, I will always remember a stat that I thought was just the silliest thing, because some new coach got hired for the NBA, and it was like a bunch of different sports analysts retweeted this tweet over and over. Okay, now half the league is black coaches. You know,
like what purpose does that serve us?
Well, at what line do you draw between celebrating it for African Americans and being like, all right, this is a little too far? You know, like, are we really? We're kind of dragging it at this point.
Because I saw Stephen A. Smith talk about it, and I think
I'll say Kendrick Perkins does it more.
Yeah, Kendrick Perkins.
Big Perk.
Talks about it a lot. I don't know if but I love celebrating wins, dude. Like, I actually do.
Yeah, you should.
If my homeboy or someone wins in life, dude, first one to shoot a text, congratulate them.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome. But when we keep categorizing people into whites, blacks, and stuff, I don't agree with that. Like, if we just want to stop seeing color.
So where do you draw the line? I mean, if you want to celebrate, like, what your culture has done and what your heritage has done, you know, that's all great. But why are we as a society saying, okay, you can't celebrate this? Like,
no, we can. We can celebrate it, but when it comes to bullcrap things like, you know, 62% of the coaches are
right. I think you should celebrate the good, but I don't think that you should use it to divide the bad.
Correct, dude. Wow, that's actually what I was thinking, but I didn't know how to word it like that.
There you go. Put it in words for you.
Thank you, man. You're like ChatGPT with real life.
Is it ethical to use? Last question. Is it ethical to use personal data for targeted advertising without explicit consent?
Do you want these cookies, Ian?
I like cookies.
I like them too, man. I don't know. As a business owner and
yeah, okay, Clean Can Pros.
All right, bro, chill out.
Hey, this video is sponsored by Clean Can Pros.
Yeah, midway advertisement.
Use code Quinn for 15% off.
Yeah, he got Ian's he gets all that money.
Use code Not at the Table for 15% off your first trash can clean.
Yeah, to let us know you've made it this far. Actually, we'll give him $15 off this.
There you go, $15, not 15%, $15. Oh, holy voice crack. $15. That's what, 45%?
When it comes to personal data, are we talking about good or bad?
It's like using your search history to say, okay, or like your Alexa will hear your voice and it'll be like, okay, you've been listening to a lot of this music, so now I'm going to throw. Okay. Oh, you've been listening to a lot of Drake. Oh, Drake's coming to town this month. Do you want to get some tickets? You know, that sort of thing. You don't explicitly say.
Ian Nixon was looking at onesies.
You don't explicitly say that you like Drake.
But they know.
But you, I mean, can you appreciate that? So, or can you say that's a little creepy?
When you're looking at onesies and they give you a Elmo one, and then all of a sudden next week they shoot you a...
What?
Yeah, we know, Ian. You can be honest. The next thing you know, you have a Clash of Clans.
Where's this coming?
Onesie. No, yes, no. I do believe that... No, okay.
The allegations are false. I did not order an Elmo one.
Yes, he has one in his room. Anyway,
denying the allegations.
Yes,
I'm gonna show.
As a business, as a business owner, though, I don't think. Okay,
I'm wearing that in the next episode. I'm gonna order one and then wear it in the next episode.
He has one in his closet. Don't tell me you're gonna order it, man.
That'd be awesome.
Don't tell me you're gonna order it when you know you have it. But wouldn't you, as a business owner, they're buying this data. Everyone's buying. You're buying and getting sold.
Yeah.
There should be limitations. I do believe you should be able to have.
What are the limits?
You should be able to go into your settings and limit
Okay, I like
what they can see. If you want to have it open, go ahead. Have it
what
open.
about 7-year-old Jimmy, who doesn't know how to limit his settings?
Well, Jimmy, I hate to break it to you.
Get you a grandson that does.
Get you a grandson and open up YouTube.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, tell him to go to iannixonchatgpt.com.
That's not me.
He can
I'm
find
not
it out.
ChatGPT.
Yes, you are, brother.
I appreciate it.
Where do you stand on that?
I don't mind it, but I do think that there should be an extent to it because
I said you need explicit consent. Yes,
I think you should have your search history filtered. You know what I mean? Where it's like you can
What
go
does that
through,
mean?
You can go through and say, okay, I don't want this to be used in advertising. I don't want this to be used in advertising. I wouldn't mind seeing this later.
But explicit consent, yes, I think they should. But there should be a lot of papers and a lot of work that says
Who's doing that work?
Apple, bro. Every time you log in, I hate to break it to you, bro. Think of all the things when you said, when you have the terms of agreement, that you just scroll to the bottom and click. You could have just sold your life away.
You could have.
You know I read. I read every single one.
No, you don't.
You're
no
right.
one does.
No one does.
No one does. I'm here to look at you right now. I'm going to look this camera right in the eye, and I'm going to say no one reads the terms and conditions, and that's okay because I don't either.
I told you I do, man. I'm dying on that.
I promise you he doesn't. He is part of no one.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not no one but Karson.
And if you do, I hate to break it to you,
no one.
you're not weird. It's actually really impressive.
But I mean,
I wish I was like you. And I envy you.
Nothing's stopping you.
Because I'm not gonna do it. First off, I can't read.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Dude, really? Yes, I can. Don't lie to him.
You can't spell either.
Why would I want to spell when there's autocorrect?
All right. Well, what if you're spelling the right? Yeah, this guy doesn't know the difference between there, and they are, and it makes me so mad because every time he finds a way without failure to use the wrong one, and I don't know how he does it, but it makes me so mad. It drives me wild.
Ian Nixon, we just went to Munchies and he put his head under the dispenser of ice cream and just ate him out of stock.
That is not. Karson made a spill.
I have video of it.
Yeah, Karson made a spill on the on the dispenser, and it got all over the floor. And he felt so bad. He felt so bad that the worker had to pick it up that he blamed it on me. That's how bad he felt.
No, well, I was trying to help you out. Ian said she was very attractive.
I did not say that. I'm gonna look.
I could see the
I'm gonna
look
look
in
the
his
camera.
eyes.
I'm gonna look the camera dead in the eyes with a straight face and say that.
Okay, well,
I didn't find the worker attractive or unattractive. All right,
Ooh.
she just was. I'm gonna give a very politically correct.
she just was.
She was there.
I don't know if I've actually ever had.
I did not look. I did not look at her and say that she was attractive. I did not look at her and say she was unattractive.
But I told her thank you too. I said we said thank you.
Yeah, and then I said thank you. You were leading the way there. I'll give you credit for that.
I was. I told the other lady thank you for checking you out.
We need more of this.
Thank yous.
Would you guys want to see more of this
Thank
type
yous?
of content? This type of content where we're just shooting the breeze, you know, just having fun, cracking jokes with each other.
Experiences.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to get a break from all the ethics and the Israel Palestine, you know, maybe like every 5 episodes. We just have a good time, sit back, chill.
Drop some lead ball knowledge on you guys.
There you go.
Some Ian Nixon
CJ
aura.
Pro Size highlights. Look them up right now.
No, Ian Nixon Jamboree 2014, 2023 highlights.
Look at that, almost touchdown. Find it on my huddle.
One of the best to ever do it, man. Nixon Field.
What could have been?
Soon.
What could have been? Hey, maybe that's what we do is we look over each other's huddle tapes.
Put me a coach. Yeah.
Hey, his would be a little longer than mine, Mr.
Progressively,
Pause.
of errors.
Mr. 4-sport athlete over here, you know, versus 1.5 sports.
I just did it for the pictures, bro.
Yeah, you did it for the love of the game. But all right, I think that's about all the time we got. Karson, you got any last second?
No, guys, Ian Nixon just got a haircut. He's looking pretty good, and I wish you could see
Looking
it.
a little dapper.
That's why she was liking on you.
Oh, who is she?
Well, I'm politically correct. You weren't attracted or unattracted to her. You was just a her.
All right, episode 3 in the books. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, have a blessed day.